Greetings and salutations. I'm Christopher Platt, reporting for Your Black World News with an article from News One. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and visit theblackbusinessschool.com to learn about financial literacy and how you can grow your business today. Have you heard? There's a vicious government-sanctioned massacre happening in Sudan that has resulted in hundreds of dead protesters. Here's what happened. Young activists in the country staged protests after the overthrow of leader Omar al-Bashir led to the military announcing that it would assume control for 3 years. The pro-democracy activists had been leading demonstrations and sit-ins since April. On June 3rd, the Transitional Military Council, or TMC, decided to disperse the sit-in by using the most violent means available. The TMC's motivation was to silence the protest, to quell the uprising that would usurp a militaristic regime's power. However, the protesters would not relent. They put their lives on hold. They sacrificed. They made noise. They formed a voice that could topple oppression until the TMC was so threatened that they unleashed death upon a populace of innocent men, women, and children. The TMC didn't just disperse the protesters, they led a large-scale massacre that left 120 people dead with 40 more bodies dumped in the Nile River. One such protester was 26-year-old Mohammed Matar, who was allegedly killed while protecting 2 women from the TMC attacks. He's become a symbol for the movement, and the fact his favorite color is blue has led to thousands of social media users, celebrities included, to turn their social media profile pictures blue. Sadly, the Sudanese activists have had to turn to social media to raise awareness of the situation because, as typical with massacres in Africa, nobody seems to give a damn. The Sudanese crisis has been relegated to the margins of mainstream media outlets and TV coverage, nestled firmly behind Donald Trump's latest threats of treason or creative ways to say racist without saying racist. As I shake my head at yet another case of massive black death being overshadowed by, well, literally anything else, I can't help but to think back to April. On April 15th, just a week after the Sudanese protests began, ironically, the infamous Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris went up in a blaze. The fire, in which no one was injured or killed, was a devastating tragedy across the world, as a place of worship and history was most likely lost to us forever. Immediately, GoFundMe pages went up to donate to the rebuild, and news stations ran side-by-side video of the fire throughout the day, while pundits lamented the fall of an international monument. Sudan doesn't get such tribute. Instead, Sudanese death, and in general, African death and black death, is rarely cause for international recognition, nor is it a cause for action. It's barely cause for news reports. That's because so much of the world sees genocide in Africa as a natural topographical occurrence, like a Seattle rainstorm or Florida hurricane. According to society's narrative, African death is never an anomaly, it's supposed to happen. I have yet to find a floor to how little black life is valued in this world. Just when I think I've seen black folks treated worse than dogs or material holdings and imagine the depths of how we can be disregarded, I find new examples of how little we're worth. So when I think about the way the rest of the world refuses to care about the lives lost in Sudan and the amount of grief expressed over a historical building, I'm reminded that we are the only people who will care about us. We are the only ones who will fight for us. And we are the ones who have to maintain awareness and find ways to survive in a place where that survival is neither expected nor welcomed. But at the very least, we, as an entire human race, have got to get to the point where we care as much about human lives as we do buildings, when both go up in flames. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to share this video and let us know what you think. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Your Black World News YouTube channel and visit theblackbusinessschool.com today. I'm Christopher Platt reporting. Until next time, shalom.